"O my queen," said the royal sorcerer to Hatshepsut, "with this amulet, you and your descendants are endowed by the goddess Isis with the powers of the animals and the elements. You will soar as the falcon soars, run with the speed of gazelles, and command the elements of sky and earth." 3,000 years later, a young science teacher dug up this lost treasure and found she was heir to the secrets of Isis. And so, unknown to even her closest friends, Rick Mason and Cindy Lee, she became a dual person. Andrea Thomas, teacher.
Almighty Isis.
And Isis, dedicated foe of evil, defender of the weak, champion of truth and justice.
On Mystery Mountain when we heard this loud whining noise. Then these 4 big glowing things just shot across the sky.
Up to now I've been an unbeliever, but these pictures are hard to ignore.
A lot of respected people have seen UFOs. Scientists, pilots, and other well-trained observers.
Andrea, flying saucers are myths and illusions. Oh, sure, people have seen them, but no one's ever caught one.
Nobody said flying saucer. UFO means unidentified flying object.
If these are illusions, they sure fooled Cindy's camera. Well then, what's all this talk about people disappearing?
A camper and a tourist vanished, and near each place they found a big round burn spot.
I admit I'm curious, but there just couldn't be any connection.
Maybe, maybe not. But I think the sheriff of Mountain Park should see these photographs.
That's why I want the 2 of you to drive Cindy up there. That plus my own natural curiosity.
I've got to go and pack and buy some film. Excuse me.
I'm glad there were no arguments from you 2. This means a lot to her.
Well, the outdoors and the good mountain air won't do us any harm.
No argument from me either. But I do have one question for you, Dr. Barnes. What are you going to do if we bring you back a real live UFO?
All we've got is 1 deserted cabin, 1 abandoned car, and 2 round burn spots. Beyond that, but thank you for letting me look at your pictures, even if I still don't believe in UFOs.
My sentiments exactly.
I understand some of the people here are connecting the UFOs and the disappearances.
Well, we don't really know whether anybody's disappeared or whether they just went home. It's a puzzler, though.
But suppose they are UFOs, Sheriff. They could have made the burn places and maybe even...
Do me a favor. Don't show those pictures around. People here are scared enough as it is.
Scared? What about?
Some of them feel that they may be next. A few people from Mystery Mountain are talking about selling out and moving.
You know, this could become a lot more serious than it already is.
Get back! Wait! Stay there! We'll turn around!
That's Chick Jeffers and Art Byron, 2 of the local guys that took my club hiking last week.
Say, Sheriff, do you mind if we take a look at that cabin? I'd like to run some chemical tests on that burned area, just out of curiosity.
No, I don't mind. In fact, I'll show you the way up there.
Thank you.
Hey, Cindy! Over here!
Excuse me, please.
Go ahead.
Hi, guys. I was hoping I'd run into you 2. What's happened lately?
Well, nobody else has disappeared yet.
Yeah, but Art and I think it's only a matter of time.
Cindy, what do you got there?
Look in here. I got some good pictures of the UFOs.
Cindy, these pictures, they're really UFOs?
Cindy, let's go.
Okay, Andrea, just a second. Well, I have to go now. We're looking into this UFO deal. See you later.
Let's go. Mr. Moss will want to know about this.
Yep.
Well, that's what old man Gately found when he came to check on his room.
I hate to say it, but maybe there's something to UFOs after all.
That's spooky. Odd, it has no smell at all.
A fellow named Pratt rented it for all summer. Jenkins came up and he found the place in a mess, like maybe there'd been a struggle or something. Then Pratt was gone.
Car sick.
That's me, excuse me.
Caught a rocket? If it was, let's hope it doesn't come back. Gosh.
We got another abandoned car up on the highway just like the other one. I'm gonna have to go there right now.
We'd like to go with you.
I'm done here. I took samples for future testing. Let's go.
Well, he found the car about a half hour ago. Now, the engine was running and the door was open and no driver. So he shut off the engine and called it in. He would have called it in as a simple stolen car, except for one thing. That. It's just like the other one and just like at the cabin. I tell you, I just don't know what's going on. I mean, I really...
I've heard that sound before. The UFOs, they're coming. Here they are.
They're real. I don't believe it, but they're real.
Let's get to higher ground. My camera! Forgot my camera! I'll pick it up in a minute. Oh no, I'm out of film.
I don't understand. They weren't moving that fast. Maybe they landed somewhere.
Oh no. Andrea, Rick, I need you. They've come back. Well, at least we can say we saw them.
I'm telling myself just the opposite. Except I don't believe me.
Where's Cindy?
That's right. She went back to get her camera. It shouldn't have taken this long.
We're not gonna see anything more up here now anyway. I better go call in.
Cindy, where are you?
Cindy! Cindy!
Rick.
Cindy.
Boy, am I glad you guys came by when you did. I heard the UFOs coming. You're lifesavers.
Yeah, we're real heroes. Look, Cindy, can I see those pictures of the UFOs again?
I'm going to watch for them. I might get some more good shots.
I don't like this. Not at all. Look, we're in it this far. We sure don't have much choice. Okay, I'll go along with it. But that doesn't mean I have to like it. all we have to do is swipe the pictures and take Cindy back to town. Nobody's getting hurt.
Yeah.
I know. I don't like the whole thing either. No sign of her. We shouldn't have left her alone.
I can't believe those UFOs had anything to do with this.
But we saw them, and what about those 2 landing spots?
If they are landing spots.
There's nothing back up around the curve. Jim?
I think it'd be a good idea to search the roads.
All right, Jim, you go back towards town. Why don't you two come with me?
Hello there, young lady. How are you? Better, boys. Having a little trouble?
No, Mr. Moss. No trouble at all.
Where's the negatives?
Hey, wait a minute. You just said to get the pictures.
These pictures are just so much paper without the negatives.
This isn't so much of a joke anymore, is it, Mr. Moss?
Come on. You two knew exactly what you were doing, but all you wanted were the laughs. Now, here she comes. I'm going to have to get these negatives myself.
Hey.
Listen, I just passed the sheriff back on the road with a few people, and gee, they seem terribly upset.
Oh, those are my friends.
Well, the boys here are just about out of gas, and I'm going back that way.
No,
Right back.
Cindy, don't go with him.
What's the matter?
Look, Mr. Moss, we were wrong to get involved with you. I mean, we both know that. At first, it was fun. But you're not getting Cindy involved.
I want those negatives, and I want to get them down. And I want no interference from you people.
UFOs. It's all a trick. They were illusions we made up to scare people.
Cindy, are you all right? Yes, Miss Tonks, but...
We're in on it with Mr. Moss.
Moss, the real estate man?
Yeah, there he is. He's been chasing us. He wants Cindy's pictures.
He's getting away.
Zephyr winds which blow on high, lift me now so I can fly. night, help me stop this man from flight. Mr. Moss, perhaps you need a dose of your own medicine. Ancient Sphinx, all-knowing and wise, confront this man with his own lies.
You gotta help me. The UFOs are after me.
Why, Mr. Moss, there are no such things as UFOs.
Oh, yeah, I saw them. Don't you see them? Look! I saw them. Honest, I did. There were 3 of them.
Sheriff, look after this man. He claims he saw a UFO.
No, I did. I saw 3 of them.
Sure enough, Mr. Moss.
I really did. I saw 3 of them. They were after me.
We use these things to create the UFO hoax, and Mr. Moss gave me the cards to leave on the side of the road.
Nobody really disappeared. I rented that cabin and made it look like somebody lived there, and then just disappeared.
Tools and gold ore. On the way back, Moss told us he found a new vein of gold running through a lot of people's property.
Oh, well, we didn't know that. He never told us.
Yeah, I know. He told us that on the way back, too.
Quite a scheme. Tried to scare the owners into selling their property to him.
And it almost succeeded.
We didn't mean any harm. It just started out like, well, one big joke.
We're still at fault, though. I mean, we knew it was wrong. We just kept going because we thought it was fun.
Well, you helped Cindy and stopped Moss. That's what counts. But you'll still have to answer for what you did.
I'm going to need statements from the 2 of you, and then we're going to have a talk with your parents. Let's go.
A gas hose to burn the ground, a projector to make mid-air pictures of UFOs, and sound equipment. No wonder I was fooled.
I agree, Rick. It's no wonder.
Where's Andrea?
I left her on the road.
Wait till I tell her what happened.
Oh, zephyr winds which blow on high, lift me now so I can fly.
Well, aren't you going to ask us what happened?
From the look on your face, I guess that you caught Mr. Moss, that Art and Chick are making a full confession, and from the look on your face, I guess that you have something to tell me.
Do I ever? It was fantastic. Isis was there, and you should have seen her. You know something? How come you're never around when Isis is there?
Beats me. Seems as if you and Rick are always having all the fun.
It's probably just as well. There was a lot going on, and the excitement might have gotten to you.
You're right, Rick. At times like that, it's well that a woman isn't there to get in the way.
Groceries than mothers.
You've noticed that, haven't you?
Yeah, like Mom only buys just what we need.
And I only buy what we don't need.
Something like that.
Well, when Mother gets back to town, she'll explain that to you.
Hi, Jimmy.
Who's your friend?
Oh, that's Jimmy Nolan. He's a boy in my math class.
I got a feeling he likes you.
Oh, Daddy. Look, Dad. That boy, he's taking Jimmy's bite. You've got to stop him.
He's gone.
You could have stopped him. Why didn't you?
I don't want to get involved. I can't afford to.
You're afraid of the police.
Honey, try and understand. I just got out of prison. I'm waiting for a new job to come through.
You don't have to explain.
You deserve an explanation. But I just can't give it to you right now.
I'll try to understand.
Thank you, Jenny.
Cindy, make a note that under heat the solution neutralized. I presume you're making a serious study of the sports section.
Wrong. The travel section.
Oh? Planning a trip?
Oh, I was just dreaming about a vacation in the South Seas aboard a three-masted schooner.
So you saw that adventure movie last night, too?
You know my every move, don't you? You know, you should have been a detective.
No, thank you. I prefer to teach chemistry.
But just think, Miss Thomas. If you were a detective, you could solve all the mysterious burglaries around town.
I haven't heard about those.
I haven't heard about those. I haven't heard about those.
It was on the radio.
They're all over the morning papers. Industrial diamonds worth thousands and no clues to the thieves.
Well, I can't believe it's anyone from around here. Must be an out-of-town group.
You see? You're already acting like a detective.
All right. But I still prefer to teach chemistry. Right, Tut?
Right, Tut? Right, Tut?
Hi, I'm Tom Jenkins.
Can I help you with anything?
Yes, I'm looking for Chuck Nelson. Does he live here?
Yeah? Dad, there's a man here to see you.
Tom Jenkins, Mr. Nelson. I'm with the insurance company, remember?
Yes, Mr. Jenkins, I remember you very well.
I'm investigating some burglaries which concern my company.
I can't help you with that.
Oh, I think you can.
Why? Why me?
Well, because these burglaries are involved with industrial diamonds.
So?
All the jobs were pulled fast and clean. No clues. Just the way you used to do it.
And that made you think of me. Well, I don't know anything about them.
Well, maybe not, but it's my job to ask.
Well, I don't have to listen.
Well, not to me, but if I tell the police what I think, it may give them reason to make you a suspect. Now, there was a burglary committed last night. Where were you?
I was at home. All night. My wife's out of town, and I had to take care of my daughter.
You never left the house?
That's correct.
I see. All right for now. Well, thank you, Mr. Nelson. Goodbye. Bye, Miss Nelson.
You weren't home last night.
I had to tell him that.
You always taught me to tell the truth. Why did you lie to him?
I had no choice. That insurance investigator, Mr. Jenkins, is the man who helped send me to prison.
And you think he can do it again? But how can he if you just tell the truth?
He'd never believe me. Now, why don't you go on to school?
All right.
Jimmy, you're not eating your lunch. That's not like you. Hey, what's the matter?
I don't want to talk about it.
Not even to me?
No.
Well, then how about Miss Thomas?
I don't want to bother her with my problems.
Why not? I tell her stuff about me all the time. Here's your chance.
Hi, girls.
Hi.
What's so serious?
Jenny has something she wants to ask you.
Ask away, Jenny.
It's really personal, Miss Thomas.
I'll leave you two to talk.
See you in the lab.
Okay. Bye. Miss Thomas, what do you do if you're not sure, but someone you love you think is doing something wrong?
If you're not sure, Jenny, you should give them the benefit of your love. Why not believe the best instead of the worst?
I've tried, but I can't.
Want to tell me about it?
It's about my father.
It's still hard for me to believe that about her father.
Right. You knew he'd been in prison.
Well, sure, the whole school knew about it.
He served his time. He just didn't want to get involved again.
Woman's intuition?
Partly. You should have seen him at the last PTA meeting. He thanked me for helping Jenny with her work. He told me he never wanted to leave his wife and Jenny again.
And you believed him?
The way he looked at them, you would have believed him too.
Well, let's hope you're right. And that he doesn't do anything to make matters worse. Hey, why did I offer to help paint your apartment?
Because I promised to make you a great dinner.
Hi, Daddy.
Hey, Jenny, let me help you with those.
Thank you, Daddy.
You feel better.
Much. And to prove it to you, I'm going to make you a terrific dinner.
Yeah, what a nice surprise.
Well, I want to make it up to you for the way I've been behaving.
Well, I'm glad you changed your mind about me. But how would you like to cook that dinner for me up at Lake Horton?
We're going away?
Right now. Your bag's all packed and already in the car. I thought you might enjoy a little vacation in the woods.
Where did all this money come from?
A friend of mine, he paid me back some money he owed me.
Does that have anything to do with why we're leaving so quickly?
No, sweetheart, I just wanted to get away for a while.
Dad, do you want to get away or run away?
What do you think? Come on, let's go.
Jenny's not in school today. Strange, it's not like her.
Did she call in sick?
No, I checked the office. Should I try calling her?
No, let's just go over to her house. There's no one home. I'm going to check next door.
Okay, Andrea.
Do you think something might have happened, Mr. Mason?
No, Cindy, I'm sure there's a logical explanation for it.
We were supposed to do our homework together last night. She didn't even call.
The neighbor said that Jenny and her father went away. Looked like they were going camping. You wouldn't know where, would you, Cindy?
Not really. But wait a minute. Jenny told me that her father took her camping before. I think she said in the mountains.
Try to remember where.
It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember.
Keep thinking, Cindy. I wish I knew why Jenny and her dad suddenly decided to go camping.
Especially on a day when she had a chemistry
I've
paper.
got it.
What?
The north point of Lake Horton. That's where Jenny's dad took her camping last time.
Listen, why don't you two go ahead? I'll catch up with you in a minute.
Mighty Isis.
Oh, zephyr winds which blow on high, lift me now so I can fly.
I'm going to cook you the best steak you ever tasted.
I'm really not very hungry.
Is something still bothering you?
I can't get it out of my head
What?
that you lied about last night. Where did you go?
I told you. I was out walking and thinking.
Yeah, but
Now, Jenny, that's enough. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Where are you going?
Out for a walk. I have some thinking to do, too. Isis! Isis, please help me.
Of course. Just relax and don't move.
Thank you, Isis.
You're welcome, Jenny.
You know my name.
I know much more than that. I know about the problem with your father. Have faith. Believe in him.
I want to, but...
Jenny, sometimes things aren't what they appear to be. You must try to understand him.
I will try, Isis. I really will.
Good girl, Jenny.
Hey, Miss Thomas, Mr. Mason, wait up.
What's up, Cindy?
I just got a phone call from Jenny and she...
What is it? Is there more trouble?
No, everything's okay between her and her dad.
I'm glad to hear that.
So am I.
And we're all invited to a barbecue at their home on Saturday. Can you make it?
Sure, I can. Andrea?
You bet. I wouldn't miss it for anything.
Chuck, can Can I give you a hand?
Jenkins, what are you doing here?
Oh, I thought I'd drop by and see if I couldn't be of some help to you.
Like you were when you helped the police send me to prison?
Chuck, I'm not here to question you.
Why are you here?
I don't know if you had anything to do with those burglaries or not. Now, I think there's some room for doubt.
Well, that's the first cheerful word I've had.
Chuck, I am only interested in catching the guilty man.
Well, how can I help?
Well, I want to set a trap for the real thief. Now, my company insures some of the biggest industrial diamond concerns in the city.
Well, wait a minute. There's no way you can cover all those spots at the same time.
Maybe we don't have to.
What do you mean?
Well, maybe we can figure out where the next burglary is going to take place.
That's why you came to me.
You're the expert. Help me, you help yourself.
Isn't this police work?
I'll fill in Sergeant Connors every step of the way. Now, what do you say?
Well, I want to talk it over with my friends, but... Okay, you can count on me.
Great. I'll be in touch. And I just couldn't stand by and take a chance that a possibly innocent man might be sent back to prison.
Mighty nice of you, Mr. Jenkins.
Well, thanks, Rick.
He really believes in my father, doesn't he? He's sure trying to help. I want to believe in my dad, too. I really do.
That's right, Jenny. You just keep on believing.
Well, it's all here. Size of shipments received, location, security system, every company that's most likely to be burglarized.
That's sure complete. Chuck, what's the next place most likely to get hit?
I'd say the Landon Company's the best bet.
Why?
Well, they just received a big new shipment. The factory's isolated, and they have an alarm system that's easy to knock out.
Well, when this is all over, I'm going to have to tell them about that.
What's your plan?
Well, I'm going to inform the police, and they're going to stake out the Landing Company and let them do the rest.
You think you'll get your man?
Absolutely. Now, this thief's been hitting these places about once every 2 weeks, and he's due now. So, Chuck, when I hear anything, you'll hear from me. Okay? Chuck, I have good news. The police just got a tip about the thief. Sunday's the day he's gonna hit. The Landing Company.
That's tomorrow?
That's right, and I've got it on the best authority. And before long, you're really gonna be a free man.
Sounds great.
Okay?
You bet.
I'll see you.
Peterson Company, I don't understand. That's not what you told Tom Jenkins.
I lied to them for a reason.
Why? So you could go to the burglary and take the diamonds for yourself?
So I could capture the thief myself.
I don't understand.
The way I figure it, that's where he'll really strike. Now, trust me.
Dad, you have to go. Please don't.
I'm sorry, Jenny, but I have to do it my way.
Even if it means going back to prison?
Roger. I've got 4 details on lookout watching the Landing Company.
Have you seen anyone suspicious?
Not yet. I wonder if we've got the right place.
Of course, assuming they gave us the right location.
Why wouldn't he?
I don't know, but we better go call him and find out.
Hello, Tom.
Nelson?
Everything's coming clear all of a sudden. Fast, efficient. Nice, neat job, Tom.
Well, thanks, Chuck. That's a real compliment from the expert.
Now, just stay put, Jenny. Don't go anywhere. I'll call you later. Fine. We've got trouble. Jenny told me your father went to the Peterson Company.
What shall we do?
I'm not sure. Tell Sergeant Connor to move his men over to the Peterson Company.
Right, I'm on my way.
Mighty Isis.
they'll have to say about this?
You think they're gonna believe you?
I'll take my chances. Oh, the diamonds?
Yeah, they're right here. Now I'm the hero, Chuck. I caught you in there, red-handed with the diamonds.
I wondered why you were so anxious to help me.
Yeah, it was me all the time. You're gonna go back to prison, and in a few years when everything's been forgotten, I'll retire a rich man. Shall we? Slide over, Nelson.
Tom?
ISIS!
That's far enough.
I've caught the burglar. It was Chuck Nelson after all.
No way. I just heard you admit that you did it. Rise. Lower.
You know who that was on the telephone? My wife. She called to say she'll be home by noon tomorrow, Jenny.
Good.
And some more good news. I got the job. I start next week.
Oh, great. Daddy, forgive me. I know now that things aren't always what they seem.
Jenny, faith is hard to hold on to. It takes work. But in the end, having faith in someone you love is worth all the effort.
See, Jenny, it all worked out for the best.
Come on, everybody. Sit down so I can serve my world-famous hamburger.
Tell me, do you think we have time to finish painting my apartment now?
Now,
Yes.
Mr. Nelson, you better make our 2 hamburgers to go.
Said the royal sorcerer to Hatshepsut, with this amulet, you and your descendants are endowed by the goddess Isis with the powers of the animals and the elements. You will soar as the falcon soars, run with the speed of gazelles, and command the elements of sky and earth. 3,000 years later, a young science teacher dug up this lost treasure and found she was heir to the secrets of Isis. And so, unknown to even her closest friends, Rick Mason and Cindy Lee, she became a dual person. Andrea Thomas, teacher.
Almighty Isis.
And Isis, dedicated foe of evil, defender of the weak, champion of truth and justice.
Afternoon, Andrea and Rick. Oh, and good afternoon to you, Ted.
What's this?
A bulletin from the police department.
Ah, my unpaid parking tickets have caught up with me at last.
Reward for information leading to the conviction and arrest of any car thieves.
Stolen cars?
A lot of them. 9 cars stolen in less than 2 weeks, all in this area.
Police must be desperate for information.
Too bad ISIS isn't around at a time like this.
Well, that's right.
Oh, what a race!
You came out of nowhere.
That was fun.
I would have had you if you hadn't cut me off in the turn.
I didn't cut you off.
If I would have kept at my speed, I would have ran right into you.
Come on, Ernie. She won the race. You're just been out of shape because you were beaten by a girl.
It's only a bike race, Ernie. It's not important.
Yeah, this looks like a good one.
It's fine. It's this, baby. It's this.
Remember this place, Frank?
Yeah? Sure looks deserted.
Frank and I snuck in once
What for?
to see what was there. Of course, it's not something a girl would do.
Why not?
Well, boys are naturally curious. Girls aren't. Besides, it's dangerous. I don't think a girl could do it alone.
Because I'm a girl, right?
Yep.
What's inside?
Well, there's a lot of old junk, some parts, maybe even a few rats.
Rats?
Yeah, you still want to go in?
Maybe.
You cut me off and run the race. Why don't you just quit while you're ahead?
I didn't cut you off. You were afraid to take that turn at top speed. That's why I beat you.
Well, you're a pretty brave girl when it comes to bikes. This junkyard takes a different kind of guts. I don't think any girl could cut it.
I can.
Well, let's see. All you gotta do is climb over the fence. Stay there an hour.
An hour?
Frank and I were there longer than that. Well, I guess we'll just have to tell everyone she chickened out.
No, you won't.
She called your bluff, Ernie. Come on, let's go. No, we shouldn't go. It's dangerous. What if she gets hurt? The place is deserted. What can happen to her? I really don't think we ought to go. Well, I'm not staying around here now.
So nice of you to come back. I just graded the last paper.
I can explain.
What took you so long? You must have walked back from the library.
I did.
Hardly the afternoon to begin a physical fitness program, Andrea.
Just so happens my car was stolen.
Your car?
When I came out, it was gone. Not a clue. Except maybe this.
Here. We deserve to get caught.
Looks like Miss Andrea's car.
Aha. Acrylic enamel.
Car paint.
They're not taking the stolen cars out of state. They're repainting them right here.
Well, it's a big city. Where do we begin?
With this. An old newspaper story. 2 years ago, the police busted a gang of car thieves. All of them went to jail except one. His name, Sam Niles.
Where do we find him?
Says here he used to work at a junkyard on 7th, around body shops, around wrecking yards. An artist with spray paint.
Let's start looking.
Can we take your car?
Sure. If it's still outside.
This is a good-looking heap. You know, we paint this up and sell it. That's 10 cars in 2 weeks.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
What color you feel like today, huh?
Hey, yellow. You got any yellow?
Yeah, I think I happen to have some.
Stolen cars.
You worried about Cindy? Lots of kids have snuck into that junkyard. But that still doesn't make it right. We're safe, and none of them ever got hurt or lost. Don't worry about it.
You need any more paint?
Yeah, about another quart.
Well, where's it at?
Behind the shop.
Okay, just a second. And, I'll get What was that?
I don't know.
You see anything?
Hey, looky here. It was only Henry. Chasing a mouse or something.
You think that cat is big enough to have knocked over that hood?
Yeah, sure.
No way. Now look, I want to keep on looking, huh?
Hey, come on. No one's here. Forget it. Let's go finish the car.
Hey, man, it's long enough. Cindy's nowhere in sight. Something could have happened to her? Well, how do I know? The point is she's not here, and I'm gonna go try to find her. It's all my fault for pushing her into that stupid junkyard. She won the race. Well, why did I have to start that whole gear number anyway? Show her how tough you are? We better go back.
Looks pretty deserted to me. Besides, we have a lot of places to check out.
They haven't seen Sam Niles in months.
What's the matter? It looks like something else is bothering you.
Try his junkyard, the one with the signs on the fence.
Out of business. The sign said so.
Something I saw there doesn't make sense to me.
I know what you mean.
What was it? The place was locked up. Looked like someone hadn't been there in years.
That's it. The lock on the gate.
Right. The chain was old and rusty, and the lock was shiny.
Brand new.
Right.
Cindy, can you hear us? Bernie in front. Are you okay? Coming over.
There is someone in here.
Told you it wasn't the cat. What are you doing here? It's all my fault, Mr. Mason. Cindy Lee's in there.
In there? What for?
I dared her to go in about 2 hours ago. Her bike's still here. She's alone. She could be hurt.
There may be someone in there besides Cindy.
I'm gonna go around the other side of the fence and scout it.
I'm going with you.
No, you find a phone, call the police.
Be careful and wait till I get back. Come on, guys.
There.
You better go. Let's take our stuff and split before she calls the cops.
Oh, mighty Isis.
I'll be okay.
I can see they're here, but where? Thanks, Ted. this one? Or perhaps this one?
How'd you find us?
Little Bird told me.
The police are on their way.
Good. I don't think these two will be stealing any more cars for a while.
Thanks for helping us. Where's Andrea?
I think she's helping Cindy. I'll find her.
You should have seen Isis.
She was terrific.
Well, I guess I didn't get here in time. What's wrong with your ankle?
Just a sprain.
I'm sorry I sent you in there, Cindy.
I knew I shouldn't have gone in there, but that crack of yours about boys being better than girls...
Cindy, sometimes you have to listen to your own inner voices and let them be your guide.
You're right. I realize that now.
And I realize you're a better bike rider than I am.
Some of the time. Did they steal your car?
They sure did.
I thought I recognized it, but it's yellow now.
Oh. Well, I never liked red anyway.